All right. Countdowns. We don't need us countdowns.
Why don't you make your own?
I want to one day. Hey, everybody, welcome. This is the Toy Duo. We come on every Saturday at noon. Today we got Super Awesome Geek Show in the house, and here he is at youtube.com/at Super Awesome Geek Show. And of course, you can catch me at VernRants, youtube.com. Just remember that you can join the channel and become a member. Either one of our channels, right? You have memberships as well.
Yeah.
I have some custom badges, emojis. I do community posts. I do have some videos, some behind the scenes videos, some more stuff that I got planned in the future. I keep saying that, but I never get around to revealing what I've been planning. I do have some stuff that I want to do. I just haven't got around to. It's like, when life catches up to you.
That's like the story of my life. There's stuff I want to do, but I never get to it.
So if you're in the chat, make sure you chat, ask questions, make comments, have your own conversation, whatever you guys want to do in the chat. That's half the fun, is reading the chat and finding out what's going on. In today's show, we will do some reveals in our hot or not section, where we'll go over this week's action figure reveals and talk about them and decide whether or not we think they're hot or not. This week, I do have some San Diego Comic-Con exclusive action figures, mostly Super 7 stuff, because that's what I've been seeing as Super 7, still using the word exclusive. I don't think anybody else should actually be using that anymore. We used to do action figure of the week. That's why I still have that banner. I'm not going to put that up anymore. But anyways, if somebody else wants to join us, I'll pull them up on the screen if anybody else comes in. But anyways, once again, welcome. You can always feel free to join and become a channel member, or if you want to support the channel in other ways, you can always do that as well. But it is supporting the channel just by coming and watching, so we really appreciate that. This was the thumbnail this week. You can see there's a new Batmobile and Batman vehicle. You got like Prince Adam. You got some Power Rangers and stuff like that. So that will be kind of later. What I'm going to do now is just go through some of the chat. There's a few people that have joined us. Dandy 1981, let's go. He was here waiting for us to get started. I think we're about a minute late. So sorry about that. Sunny Sundries. Good day.
Sunny, what's up, Sunny?
Yeah, it's really early where Sunny is, so I thank you very much for getting up super early. You probably saw that Prince Adam from Mondo in the thumbnail and wanted to jump right in because I know you like those Masters of the Universe. Jonathan is saying evening all because somewhere in the world it's evening. That whole UK, US time zone thing really gets me because I did the GMT, but then I found out there's a BST. I don't know when the BST ends because it's like summertime. Does it end when summer ends, or does it end some other time, like our daylight savings time?
It ends when the fall ends.
Custom Dios and Stop Motion. They gone is here saying hello, and I'll do what I want. Don't tell me what to do.
No
problem. John is busy cutting open all of his mail that he got today.
He's got mail. I got mail.
Busy. TJ, a work in progress, has joined us. Thanks for coming on. Miriam Gillis is here saying hello, everyone. Michael Reed has come in. We got Gerard Kane. He's joined us.
Oh, gosh.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Left for Dead Bet. Everyone in the chat. And you and me, John. Rolando is here. Bless you again, by the way. Currently in the BST is what TJ is saying. Yep. Okay, so we got some hellos and stuff like that. Okay, so are you still doing your Christmas in July?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what time is that going to be?
At noon Eastern.
Okay, so 9 o'clock Pacific, noon Eastern, and then in the BST, it's 8 hours ahead. So was that 5 o'clock BST or somebody will have to figure that out?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, it's
I'm trying to squeeze in between. What is it? So Rum is on at 10 a.m. till noon, and then I think at 2 o'clock is Dude.
Oh, is he doing another stream this week?
If Dude does anything, he does it at 2. And then if Dude's not doing it, Rick tries to do something at Left Coast. So it's kind of like
Okay, so
Yeah.
so Rick was on a little bit earlier today. Rum was on there. Salacious Rum. If you don't follow him, he's at Salacious Rum, and it's 8:05 p.m. in UK time now. Tomorrow that's the Lego Studs live stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking about, so he does that Lego Studs. John's going to be doing Christmas in July, where he does a whole bunch of giveaways, and there's a lot of fun on there. People smack talking and stuff like that. Left Coast Graphics shaking. He's probably walking around town right now. Sunny Sunday.
Apparently he's shaking.
5 Perth.
He's shaking.
Yeah, he's shaking. And then
Left for Dead.
Dude's Nerdery had a live stream last week in the afternoon, and so he may be doing that again this week.
I don't know yet. I don't know if anyone does like a schedule or if they just kind of pop on.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to stick to noon on Saturdays, just so everybody knows that there's something going on here. Mark from Blue Harvest has joined us. Okay, so anyways, first what I wanted to do was I'm going to pop this back up, and let's just do a little recap of the HasLab Dragonfly. So last night, it was, when I made this screenshot, it was 14,809. So we're still about 1,000 away from the meeting that last goal, right? The next goal to get to the next tier. It's 14,859 right now. I just looked it up. So it's not much different than it was last night. It's about 50 more. So what do you think? Do you think you're going to get to 16?
Oh, I don't know.
You only got a couple of weeks because it's going to end before Comic-Con, which is 2 weeks.
9 days. 9 days. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys
I don't know. I mean, sometimes there's that last minute surge that's right before it ends, right? You know, like there's all these.
Do you think in the last 5 days they just go ahead and announce the last tier just to get it over with? Or do you think they just keep it a secret and never reveal it if we never get there?
Well, I hope they announce it. I sure would like to know what it was, but I can see the logic in never finding out because
I mean, then they don't have to say, then they can just release it as like a mainline figure potentially if they already had it in the works, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But part of me suspects they don't even know.
Mark,
I see.
You have a channel rig. Okay, that's left. The
last one won't even unlock until they get 19,000 orders, anyways.
Right. But I mean,
not gonna,
if it was something,
they might announce it if they hit 16,000. But I
mean, we're still over 1,150 or 1,150 away, right?
From unlocking the girl there, yeah.
From unlocking that one and even potentially getting the announcement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hopeful for.
But I see your logic. You know, if it's not getting anywhere close to 19,000, they might not even announce it just because they don't want to. They would then use that character for mainline, and no one would be like, you know, like.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if they announce it, they're sort of locked into not being able to release that. And I'm sure they didn't put any production into that final figure, right? It'll just be like computer render for now.
Yeah.
Because I remember last year at Comic-Con when they had that HasLab His Tank up, they just had cardboard cutout pictures of the little trooper that was going to go with it. You know, they didn't even bother making a figure.
I do hope that we get at least 2 figures. I hope that the Glenda gets unlocked right at the end, because I feel like a lot of stores wait. They want to, they're gonna make sure, like the day before they'll be like, okay, we got, they'll be like, okay, we got Wild Bill and the thing. It's gonna go into production no matter what.
Big Bad will jump in and buy like 100
of them, and Entertainment will buy 100 of them, and just. And then mark them twice as much when they get in the shop. You know what I mean? Like my local stores, Tate's Comics and Bits and Buttons. They have like 4 or 5 of each of the last couple HasLabs in their store.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Behind the counter, there's a stack of each one, but they have one on the shelf in the store. You know what I mean?
The only good thing that I've seen that Big Bad has done is they haven't put them up on their website while people are still waiting for them to get shipped to them, right?
Oh
So
yeah,
they have
exactly. Yeah.
waited a month or two after people have actually gotten them before I've seen them pop up on their website. I think it would kind of suck for them to be able to like list them right away.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially for, people who are trying to like maybe pay
Like
for
those
one by getting the other or whatever.
like the eBay sellers do, where
Yeah, yeah.
they already have the Dragonfly on their eBay store for $800, and it
Yeah, and
hasn't
they're
even
not
been
supposed to be
back yet.
doing that because they're supposed to be
Yeah.
in hand. Okay, so Justin's saying like they said no matter what, they're going to release the tier within 5 days. I haven't heard that, but if that's true, I mean, I guess I'll release it just to let you know, just to see if you get the push.
Yeah.
They did not get the push from those shooting the galaxy photo ops that they thought they were going to get. I think once they had those production shots, they thought they were going to get a huge boost. They just didn't. They just stalled out as soon as they mentioned Glenda.
Yeah, it did. It really did stall out when they said Glenda. I think a lot of people were expecting to get a version of Doc and have that.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? If you go over to Gridiron Studios props, they actually have an outfit that you can get, and it has like a gurney with like little blood bags and everything, and like a helmet, so you can make your own kind of medical figure, which is kind of cool.
That's
right,
cool.
like a combat medic.
Yeah.
So I thought about picking that up with this because I wonder if there's a way that somehow you could attach it to one of the sleds later or something like that, like the skids.
Yeah,
that would be kind of cool. Sonny's hoping they'll include an alternate tail with a Fenestron integrated tail rotor. He's very technical when it comes to that.
Exactly, because technically this would have a difficult time flying as it is.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Left 4 Dead Fist saying hello. Wonder how much the upcoming Star Wars HasLab is making people hold off backing the Dragonfly. Well, it didn't make me hold off because if it's going to be the Ghost, I'm not getting the Star Wars.
Well, you know what I mean. I guess if there are people who only buy like one a year, but
yeah,
for me, I'm thankful they're not running at the exact same time again.
Right.
Because like,
so it does make a little bit of a difference. You get a couple of months. Yeah.
I know that when the Razor Crest was running, there was another one at the same time that I would have backed, but I had to choose. No, I actually wasn't that the Sentinel.
The Rancor, I think, and the Galactus.
No, the Razor Crest wasn't going at the same time as the Rancor.
Oh, you're right. It was. I
think it was the Sentinel.
Sentinel or Galactus. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to choose because I would have bought both. But I don't have the money for both when they're running at the exact same time. So I had to choose, and I chose the Razor Crest, which I'm happy with, but I would also love to have the Sentinel. And then Galactus was like a no-brainer. Yeah. But I think the Hiss tank was running at the same time as something else also. And I chose the something else over the Hiss tank. And now I'm upset with myself. I should have got the Hiss tank. But I thought the Hiss tank was too expensive for what you got. I didn't like that you got like 7 versions of the driver all in different colors. Like that was
I didn't either.
That was so stupid. Yeah.
Let's see, Axel 06. I think this is the first time I might have seen you in the chat. So welcome to the show. Hope you enjoy hanging out for a little bit. Let's see. Dark Lycan is here. Okay, so you know what? A Blue Harvest wants me to mention Blue Thunder. He's mentioned it twice, so let me just get the Blue Thunder out of the way. He wishes it was Blue Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be people that are younger than us that don't know what Blue Thunder is.
Yeah, I know. Like they did that too. They had the Rancor, the Sky Striker, the Proton Pack all going at the same time, and it's like you can't. There are people who would have bought each and every one of them.
Yes, if they
weren't running at the same time. They need to do one, and then 2 months later, you end that and do the next one, and then 2 months later you end that and do the next one. You know what I mean? And you still get 6 a year or whatever, but you got to space them out every 2 months so that people can back. I mean, there are some people who would have backed every single one if they weren't overlapping. Yeah,
I agree. I totally agree with you. Thousands Ghosts is here. Let's see. Yeah. And you know, the thing about that Proton Pack that I thought was kind of interesting was that the wand or whatever the gun piece, wasn't included as a tier.
Yeah, no, it
You
was
had to buy that completely separate.
for $100 somewhere else.
And it was sold out for a while. It was like, oh my gosh, these guys. Let's see. I had a Blue Thunder as a small Matchbox toy. Yeah. You know what would be cool? Like, so you remember they did that Airwolf thing a little while ago. Did you?
Oh
get
yeah.
that?
No, I couldn't afford that. That was way
Yeah, I
too
couldn't
much.
either, but that would have been cool to get.
Yeah,
right?
that would be cool. I'd love to have that. Yeah.
All right.
I have the original Blue Thunder, but
yeah, the one thing about the Dragonfly that isn't making it like kind of stressful at all is that it's already funded, and you got like the first tier, the Ripcord or whatever, and the Wild Bill, and I think just with all of that, the pilot and Ripcord, I think it's a good deal. So the other stuff is like bonus to me. I'm not too worried about it. I wish it would at least get the 16 so we can get this third figure. But
me too.
But I think it's already backed, so I think that's pretty. Yeah. It's pretty good not have to worry that it's not going to get backed.
Yeah.
Let's see. Every Hasbro brand having its own HasLab every year is just too much for collectors, especially niche line is putting out between. Yeah. Do you feel like there's just a whole bunch of figures coming out right now? Like it seems like there's just more figures than ever before.
Well, in my opinion, too many 6-inch. I mean, for the price that they are, there's too many 6-inch figures.
Right. Paul Morales has joined us. Hello. He's saying hi to everybody.
But I don't actually think it's unusual for the amount. Like they're still putting out less figures than they did back in like say 2008, 2011, 2010.
You think so? I did a video one time where I looked at the Black Series release like list and I compared it from 1 year over 2 years.
I'm not talking Black Series. I'm talking before that. Black Series didn't start till 2015.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about the 6-inch Black Series where like over the course of a couple of years, it was like they're doubling the amount of figures that were coming out.
Oh yeah.
But this Marvel Legends, it's like every other week I feel like they're announcing something. I know, you know what I mean? And then on top of G.I. Joe, it is a boatload of figures. I mean,
well, the thing is that and granted they were on cheap card backs but they were still like highly articulated figures like the vintage collection, but just put on those cheap card backs. Right. But I remember when the wait even a week, okay? My friends Derek and Daryl and I would get together every week and we would watch the new episode of Clone Wars. And then we had a ritual. Derek and I would go to the Toys R Us that was around the corner. Yes. And every 2 weeks, there would be a new wave of 6 or 8 figures. And they were based on the show that we saw, the episode we saw 2 weeks ago. So we would watch an episode and see like the Senate Guard with the Senate Commander. And they had a whole episode about them doing this mission that they had to do. And they bumped into a lizard creature and Padme went with them, and like she had a special suit on to go underwater or whatever happened, or in space or whatever. And then like 2 weeks later, we'd go to Toys R Us and there'd be the Senate Commander, there'd be a Senate Guard, so you could buy like 4 of them to make the squad, and the Senate Commander to command the unit. And then it'd be Padme in her space outfit and the lizard creature that was in it, and then the bad guy and like some clone trooper or someone that was with him. You know what I mean? So you'd have 6 figures from that episode, and then like a week later, it would be 6 figures from the next episode. And then the week later, it was 6 figures from the next episode. So you'd see the episode on TV, and about 2 weeks later, 6 figures from that episode would be in the store.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you were the only kid in America that got every single figure. I mean, they're saying it right here. Jonathan's saying not very few kids were able to get every single figure. You were probably an exception.
Oh, when I was a kid, yeah. When I was a kid, I had every Star Wars figure, every G.I. Joe figure, but we didn't have every Transformer. I only had like 4 or 5 Transformers.
Yeah, I mean, I remember going to the store and there were like 7 figures that I wanted, and it was like, okay, pick which one you want. And I would sit there with like 4 of them in my hand going, which one do I want? Which one do I want? Right.
Well, we
And
had to do that. We didn't buy them all at once. We bought 1 or 2 a week. You know what I mean? Like 1 a week,
yeah.
maybe.
Oh my God.
Eventually, I had them all because I knew which ones I needed and which I didn't. Yeah.
Work in progress. I'm
lost now.
Yeah. All right. Pop My Culture's here. Saying hello to everybody. Okay, so let's get off this one. So we got the Mattel Creations crowdfunding. Apparently,
Never going to reach that goal.
It's still got 19 days. It's barely got not even half at this point. And I think you only got a week left to back it to get those little plastic tombstones or something.
I don't know what those are.
Those
I'll tell you right now, I would love to have this set. I seriously would, but it's, I'm not going to buy, again, I'm not going to buy this and the Dragonfly. So I'm in on the Dragonfly, so I can't be in on this because it's the same price.
But I mean, but do you think overall this is a pretty decent price for this set?
Oh yeah, I would love to have it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, considering all of the tiers.
Hold on. Unlock number 1, Jurassic Motorized entrance gates.
Oh, you haven't seen this yet. Okay,
Explorer.
so hold on. What you get for $250 if it reaches 5,000 is you get the doors
and just the truck
with the doors and the truck. Then if you get the first unlock, you get the fencing and the little kid
and the figures.
No, 1 figure and the fencing, the little boy figure.
Oh.
And 2 pieces of fencing. Then the third unlock is the dinosaur.
So when do you get the girl and the goat?
In the other unlock, the next one. It doesn't go down, but it's the next unlock. And those little tombstone things in the back that have pictures of all the dinosaurs, it has to be funded within the next few days for you to get those at all.
That's insane. No.
So this set looks really good.
That's why it's not getting back because they're like, wait a minute, you don't get the dinosaur until tier 3? That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my God. You could go get like a car and a dinosaur for $50 right now at Target.
You can. Yeah, it's less than that even.
Yeah. All right. So anyways, so I pulled those 2 out. I also wanted to talk about this. Hold on. Did you see this thing? So this is the Target exclusive Tracksuit Mafia Marvel Legends. It's currently in stores clearancing for 50% off, $12.49, which is a great deal if you find it in stores and you get it on clearance. But if you go online, they haven't even shipped the pre-orders, and the pre-orders are sold out.
That are $27.99.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
So months ago, if you pre-ordered,
but I saw them in the store on the shelf, and you're telling me they didn't. So they put them on the shelf because I saw at my Targets, each one had like 10 of them.
Yes.
And they still didn't ship the pre-order yet, is what you're saying. And now they're clearancing the ones that are in the store.
Because the pre-orders are not available, right? But look at what it says in the picture. Availability, pre-order, unsellable. They're not supposed to be selling these yet in the store.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they were pre-ordered and they shouldn't be sold until the release date, but they've already been on shelves. I already got one, and I didn't get it for that. I got it when it first came out. But it's an interesting situation to me to be talking about, like a major retailer scoring an exclusive figure that I think some people wanted this figure. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to want this tracksuit guy. It's a universal figure. You can use it with like GI Joes. You can set it up in the background as a good background character, just in general because of the tracksuit. But the fact that they did a pre-order, they haven't shipped any of the pre-orders. They put a bunch in the store, and then they clearance them before they're sellable is just amazing to me.
Yeah. When look at all the accessories. You get a baseball bat, a Molotov cocktail, crowbar, golf club, and a machete.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm
and a little heart symbol. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, so
3 different heads so you can have different right?
Yeah.
So that you can have the tracksuit body with three different people, as three different people, right?
Yeah.
Because he
So
didn't shave his head on the in the
no, you get
right,
3 different heads. One's in like a ski
ski
mask.
mask.
One's the ball-headed character from the show. The other one's the main character from the show. So Dino did a breakdown on that on this Kickstarter, and it doesn't seem like a great value. Pretty much everything. The bar they're talking about the Jurassic. So if you want to go over to Geek Strong YouTube's channel and check out his breakdown, apparently it's really good.
Yeah. Well, that's what like Ghost is saying. The car is in a 2-pack with the T-Rex on clearance for $14.99. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the car, 2-pack. This is nuts, right? It's like and then you get Thousands Goes. We haven't seen this figure out here yet. I've seen it. I saw it when the first day I went to Target. There were 3 of them on the shelf. I was tempted, but I ended up only getting one. But it's just interesting to me for people who have pre-ordered, did not get it, and then they were in stores and now they're on clearance. And it's just, to me, I wish like Hasbro would notice this stuff and Target would like answer. I tagged Target in my tweet asking them, hey, do you see a problem? 0 response from them. I did it on Twitter, Instagram. If you see my post, retweet it so that.
Well, you got to do it on Thread. No one's paying attention unless you're on Thread now.
no Threads. We'll talk about that in a minute. But if you see the tweet or whatever, retweet it or repost it or do whatever, so that the retailers and Hasbro will kind of like notice that it's getting some traction, and maybe they'll make some changes in regards to something like this, because I think it kind of sucks in a way. Jonathan saying, I think Dino did the breakdown on John's channel last Sunday. Did he do the breakdown last week on your channel?
Did he? Okay.
I know we talked about it on the Toy Duo last week also, where we broke down all the tiers and stuff like that, but I don't know if we talked about the value.
I think someone mentioned it, but I didn't see the. Yeah.
So we got the Cad Bane 2-pack yesterday, but my Target, they got one. No more. We're on order.
What Cad Bane 2-pack? I don't even know.
I think there was it's the Cad Bane and the Marshall from Star Wars.
Oh, they have a
Vanth double pack figure.
Okay, there's a 2-pack of that.
Yeah,
okay.
There's a 2-pack. It's on pre-order, but it's been showing up at Target.
Yep. Hello, Rhino.
Here. Hello. So I think what's going to happen is that Cad Bane thing could end up with the same thing, where it ends up
it's going to be on clearance. Yeah,
clearancing before they ever ship out people's pre-orders.
Yep.
Right. That's kind of an interesting.
And I love how they say it's got a 5-star rating and 0 people rated it.
Right.
So how does it have a 5-star rating?
So I wonder what the kickback is. So Hasbro won't do jack, as we're not the customer. The big box US stores are. So I wonder, like, that's probably true. Like, how much does Target pay Hasbro for an exclusive, you think?
Well, I mean, like, when I did when I saw what was the, I can't remember when the new one went in effect, but I found the you know how there's that lookup website? What's it called again?
BrickSync?
No. There's a website where you can look up old documents, like
Google
find stuff or something. I don't know. But anyways,
web.com?
No. It's like that. But anyways, there was I found the old contract like that was signed in 2000 like 15 or 16 or something.
Okay.
And it went till like 2020.
This is between like Target and like Hasbro?
No, it was basically between Hasbro and Disney.
Okay, I remember you did a video on that and you talked about their percentage and stuff.
Yeah.
But my question is,
so
does Target pay Hasbro to get an exclusive figure in their store, like that Indiana Jones, the one in the white outfit?
Yeah.
That's a Target exclusive. So how much did Target have to give Hasbro to get or that exclusive, or do you think that was a shelf space deal? They said, yeah, we'll make sure we have shelf space for your figures, but you need to make us an exclusive figure.
No, I actually think they do pay. Like Lego gets Walmart to pay when they make an exclusive thing.
Okay, so I wonder what the payoff for that is, because that Tracksuit Mafia guy
Well,
is a Target exclusive, right?
well, come to think of it, actually, it is a weird situation too, because I know the other side of it is too that like the toy companies they actually pay out to, this is a weird thing. So they pay Target and Walmart to have an aisle. You know what I mean? So like Hasbro says we want
Right.
4 feet of space, and they pay for 4 feet of space or 8 feet of space in that toy aisle, whatever they pay for. But yet Target also has to pay for the product that's coming in that they buy from Hasbro. So it's kind of like, as far as the profit goes, isn't that all convoluted then? You know what I mean? Like,
It could be. Yeah, no, I get what you're
because
saying.
like if like Vern, if you were the toy company Vern Toys, okay, you would pay $10 to Walmart for 8 feet of space, and then you would go to Walmart and say, okay, you're going to buy 100 figures from me, and those 100 figures are going to cost you $20. So really, since you
Right.
paid them 10 and they paid you 20, they only paid $10 for those figures. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because like you're paying them and then they're paying you. It's like a big convoluted mess. You know what I mean? So I actually don't know how that works. Like, so by that aspect, does then Hasbro pay them to say, "And now I'm going to put an exclusive in your store, so here's another $5 for putting it in your store"? Or does Target say, "We want an exclusive"? Hasbro, here's an extra $5 to give us an exclusive.
Okay. So
Oh,
Jonathan's just saying
Jesus.
when he worked for KB instead of selling space in the store, bless you, we've got a discount on the item for the exclusives. And uh, Jonathan was saying that Bobby Vala from Valaverse mentioned before it was shelf space thing with Hasbro. So I wonder how big Hasbro is, if they could like theoretically tell like a Target, we don't want you to sell shelf space to a company like Valaverse.
I don't think they can do that. No.
I'm just curious. It would be interesting. It would be an interesting situation.
Well, here's the thing. I think they could do that, but if they got caught, they would be in trouble. Like I just had a meeting with Lego corporate about this exact thing where Lego's not allowed by United States law, government, like at the US government level. It's part of that monopoly law. They're not allowed to tell Walmart and Target not to put a competitor's product in the store. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
That okay. Yeah. No, I get it.
we have to deal with
Yeah,
Mega Block
that
and
makes a lot of
Creo
sense.
and stuff like that. We can't pay
Right.
Walmart extra money to
And
keep Creo and Mega Block out of the store. Do you know what I mean? They
right.
and
No.
Lego
Okay.
had
Yeah, I get
tried.
it. I like that.
Lego took that. There are those red. There's that red box. It's a company where they're in a red box and they're always at the end of the Lego aisle. Max, something like
Yeah, the
Brick
Creo.
Max or something. And Lego
Okay.
took
Yeah.
them to
Okay.
court. Lego took them to court to try and stop them as a company, and it failed because of the U.S. monopoly laws. They won their case against Lego
So Rick
and
says
are allowed to sell.
exclusives are. Rick saying their exclusives are recreated by marketing team of a toy company and shop to big vendors. Buy this much and get a cool display for your end cap for 1 month. And I've never seen those on an end cap, those Target exclusives.
No,
But I get what he's saying. Like they shop them around to try to do that, right? Like John could get Lego instead to pay extra for some shelf space. Now I wonder, you're a Lego rep, right? Are you
yeah,
still doing
yeah,
that?
brand merchandiser, yeah.
So can you go into like say the Walmart and say, "Hey, I got these exclusive Lego sets. If you slip me a 50, I can put these on your end cap for you."
No,
I'm just messing with you.
no, can't do that.
But you can sell these online and keep them in your back stock room and tell everybody you don't have them, but and have somebody else resell them for you through your website.
Yeah, that's the other thing they do, and that's the thing too. I thought that was that was also a weird, like in the monopoly law, like we right in the meeting with corporate read the law to us because we're brand merchandise. We're supposed to, we have these discussions with the store people, and
like
they said the law actually says that as a company, okay, like in our instance, Lego is not allowed to favor in any way a Walmart or Target over a small brick and mortar store or an online
really
or an online store or anything. And I said that's then we are 100% breaking the law, because what happens is if Walmart orders, say, 10,000 of this particular set, we go, okay, well, instead of having to pay $20 per set, because you ordered 10,000, you now only have to pay $15 per set. Where the small mom and pop store can't afford to order 10,000, so they go, we only want 100 sets, and Lego says, okay, since you're only ordering 100, it's $20 a set.
Well, that's not breaking the law. That's just
that's favoring Walmart. You're giving them a higher profit and allowing them to sell it.
I get what you're saying, but I don't. Yeah, no, that's capitalism.
In my opinion, it's favoritism.
Yeah, but you know what?
Favoritism towards the big stores.
I hate new washing machine. Oh, yeah, the new washing machine delivered. Okay, so let's see. Makeup purchases. Somebody's buying. We're buying makeup. Oh, ready for the Barbie movie. Okay. So I get what you're saying, because okay, so this comic book store in San Diego is called Comics and Stuff, and they have a few locations throughout town. So they're kind of like they've branched off. Yeah. They're one of the bigger stores in the area. And I talked to them about when they get figures, because it seems like they always charge a little bit more for action figures. I remember when the She-Hulk came out, they had the She-Hulk, but they were charging like $42. And I was asking them about the pricing on it, because I was like, this is like a $19 figure. And they go, no, we're buying them from this distributor, and we have to pay. At that time, they were paying $31 a figure.
Yeah.
That's why they had to charge more. And I understood that, because they weren't buying the same bulk that a retailer was going to buy, I guess. Right.
Yeah. So therefore,
them ahead of time.
So therefore, it's favoring a Walmart. Yeah. The company is favoring them by giving them a big discount.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're a shopper, you're not going to buy it at the small mom and pop because it's more expensive than if you go to the Walmart. You know what I mean?
So if I take my pre-order for this figure, my screenshot of my pre-order, you think I could go down to an attorney and tell them that they have? Do you think I could sue them, litigate them?
I think you need to have like a whole mess of people do that.
The class action.
And you'd have to get all the small mom and pop shops on board as well. You know, yeah.
I'm just imagining like the news story.
Yeah.
4,700 53-year-old action figure collectors a class action lawsuit against Target.
Against Target for
they didn't get their toys on time.
Exactly. That would be funny though. That would be hilarious though.
Oh, okay. So did you move over to Threads? Have you set up a Threads account?
Well, I didn't move anywhere. I did set up a Threads account, yes. But I didn't move there. I'm still posting on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and Mastodon and Counter Social and now Threads. Yes. Like,
all right. So, are you gonna download the Lemon 8 app too?
What the hell is that?
So apparently that is. Hold on, Eric's gonna join us. Welcome, Sir Eric Brown.
Hello, hey Eric.
So Threads, so Lemon 8 is another TikTok thing created by the makers of TikTok.
Well, I'm not on TikTok either, so
yeah, it's new. Okay, so I did sign up for Threads right away because I thought it would be interesting to see how that develops over time, because you're in at the beginning, see how it grows. I'm still trying to figure out how it works. I mean, because I put some hashtags and stuff, but I don't know if they use a hashtag system.
No, it doesn't have it doesn't have hashtags yet.
So is it because is it only showing you stuff if you're following somebody?
No. Oh God, no! It suggests so much garbage right now.
Yeah, yeah.
There's so much stuff I didn't see.
But you know what's interesting is, for what it is, it released with a fairly high level of quality. It's not like the thing shit the bed immediately, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So it's missing some features, but my guess is with all the rate limit nonsense that happened, like they accelerated the launch of things to capitalize on people being angry at Elon.
Yeah, I think they totally capitalized on that limit situation. So far, though, I'm not 100% impressed with it, so I'm hoping that it'll continue to get better. But
I like this. The half-naked ladies made it over to Threads.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get over there to do stuff. Like I'm looking at my thing, and right now I only have like 103 followers. But like every time I click on the little heart button, I notice like more people are following me, and then I guess I just follow everybody back because I didn't really know who anybody is on here. It seems like, so I'm just blindly following back at this point. Like I'm a little more selective on like Twitter. When somebody follows me, I go look at their profile. I go look at the stuff they like and what they post. Because stuff I don't want.
I try to make sure they're real too. Like based on their posts. If they just retweet a lot of shit, I'm like, okay, this is just a retweeter. I don't need to follow them. But if they're actually posting their own pictures of their own collection, then I go, okay, I can follow these people back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm finding it hard to like kick the habit to go over to Threads maybe instead of Twitter. Exactly right? It's just like it's not that I don't want to use Threads as much. It's just like habit, right?
Yeah, it's one of those things like, oh shoot, I should have put that on Threads too.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I don't understand is like I'm an old person and I just don't know the difference between these freaking social media sites. But I'm just like, I'm like, okay, if to me, Instagram making Threads is kind of like me owning, say, McDonald's. And I say to myself, you know, it would be a really good idea. We already own McDonald's. Let's open up a burger store called Frank's, and so they open up a second chain of stores called Frank's that sells cheeseburgers again.
So it is like different.
What the hell's the point?
Instagram's not a messaging type of a system, right? It's all about photos. And that little.
What are you talking about? I put in a message on there all the time.
Yeah, but I never read the messages on an Instagram post. I'm only looking at the picture. I'm assuming that whatever the comments are just hashtags to get the people to view your picture if they're following certain hashtags. Right. The only comments I ever read are when somebody puts it in their story and they type underneath their little image. That little box under the Instagram image, I don't read that at all. And you can't post something to Instagram with just comments. It has to have a picture to go with it.
Yeah.
So the Twitter is all about the characters and what you write. And then it's just gotten to the point where people want to add a picture or add a video or add something. So Threads is doing that. But here's what I wish that it would have been. I wish it would have been.
To me, it's the exact same text.
Yeah,
I'm posting a picture with the text under it.
Exactly,
and it's the exact same text as I'm posting in.
It's built backwards. But I'm telling you what I wish. I wish the Instagram app, you know how it has that button where you can switch over to Reels and watch Reels? I wish the Threads was just another button on the Instagram.
That probably would have been a path to least resistance to just add a new feature set to Instagram rather than a whole new app. But I think I understand why they did it.
Yeah, I'm sure they did that to separate. I think because Elon Musk is trying to file that lawsuit, right, claiming you have these Twitter people working for Instagram. I think that they built it separately so they can keep those employees separate from the Threads to keep themselves from that liability.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Sure.
And maybe hopefully there'll be more integration in the future when they just get past that.
But whether you like it or not, Threads is I'd be willing to bet Threads is probably the most viable Twitter killer out there, just because of who it's backed by, right?
Oh yeah.
I liked, like, I haven't really used it, but Hive was fun and interesting for a little bit, and then it went down for a while, and I haven't really used it, and I know there are others out there, but Threads will get more features. It doesn't have everything Twitter has today, but it will get there. And
it will be slightly moderated in favor of real information. I don't know any other way to say it, right? Like, I don't think you're going to get a lot of like fluff on there, like unregulated fluff or unmonitored fluff.
Well, it'll be the other side, though.
What?
It'll be the other side, though, because I don't want to like really get into the politics of the.
Yes, I don't either.
But Elon is for one side of political spectrum, and Zuckerberg is for the other side of the political spectrum.
Is he though? Like, I don't necessarily buy into that based on what happened in the past with Zuckerberg.
I don't think it has to do with politics. I think it has to do with unfettered ability to say whatever you want.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate downside to that is, I think I had said earlier, right? Like in another show, where you can't argue. Well, you can, but you can't tell somebody that their opinion is wrong because it's their opinion.
Yeah.
Now you can say the facts that they use to base an opinion are wrong if they're facts, right? So if I have a mathematical, like my stupid traveling through space and time, making the day seem longer, that's just my opinion of a theory or whatever. I could probably come up with some mathematics behind it, and maybe the mathematics would be flawed. That you can argue, but my opinion about it, is just my opinion. Mm-hmm. Like, we never been to the moon, right? You can't argue with my opinion if we never been to the moon. John can, but the facts are the facts, right? Was there a ship that actually left the Earth's atmosphere and actually landed on the moon? Yeah, everybody has seen it, right? And there were pilots on it. So, I mean, did it happen to them?
I mean, we'll have to wait and see what happens with all this. But I'd be willing to bet that if there's any product out there that has the best chance of killing Twitter, or at least being a serious competitor for what it is, it's Threads at this point.
So I don't think that any of them are ever going away.
So I would like to know this.
Because based on the fact that Facebook never went away, even though most of the people my generation hated it, it still exists. We were all expecting Facebook to disappear, and it never did.
Place thing still around?
What?
The space thing, is that
MySpace?
Yeah.
Maybe in some fashion, but Facebook killed that. Yeah. In the late 2000s.
So I mean, like, Threads will just become some sort of a, potentially. I don't think people are going to completely ditch Twitter, honestly, because
not completely, but it's got, I think, the most potential to steal market share.
Yes, I agree with you. Yeah. Left Coast, it's still there. He's got his account. It's active. Yeah. He has one friend, and his name is Tom.
Are you referring to the Tom Hardy page on MySpace?
Yeah, the guy that's everybody's friend because he built it or whatever.
Oh, I thought you were referring to the, like, every now and then, like, someone brings up like Tom Hardy's old MySpace page.
So the thing is with I think what had happened between like Instagram and Twitter, right? People found Instagram. It was an easy way to get photos. There are people who are more visual, and they just left Twitter behind, right? For Instagram, you'll find people that haven't been on Twitter for like years, but they're totally active like on Instagram. Yeah. And you'll find that people that are on Twitter are really want to like have something to say. Like, they have something
more conversational.
They want to have something to say.
Yeah.
Help us, Tom.
Can I pivot back to that previous topic? I joined when you were talking about the Tracksuit Mafia.
Okay, sure.
Guys, I just have an interesting story to tell on this topic. It's not about this figure in particular, but I had the Club Obi-Wan indie figure pre-ordered. I had 2 of them on pre-order. Same situation. They've been on shelves for over a month.
Yes.
But the pre-order has no release date, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I know how these, store exclusives can go. They might cancel and then they're gone. So I'm like, I don't want to buy something in store and then have whatever delivered and then have to pay whatever, like, be on the hook for whatever shipping costs or whatever. So I called up Target customer support. I'm like, what's going on? I'd rather get one in store if you're just never going to ship these. I would just I know the situation is that you've got separate inventory for Target.com than you do for the stores. And I would want to put it on record that I disagree with that. I know a lot of people disagree with that it makes no sense that you have something on pre-order and those aren't fulfilled first or at least simultaneously with them hitting shelves. Doesn't make sense.
Right.
But if you have a situation like this, call them up. They gave me $5 for just my trouble. So for what it's worth, if you have this situation, you might be able to squeeze them for something.
I think I've overused my $5.
for anyone out there who has something similar happen, I'm not saying trying to abuse the system. I didn't ask for it; they just gave it to me. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll apply that to the in-store purchase. So,
I think that's really good that they stood up. They did that. You ended up getting it in store though, and then you canceled your online order.
Yep.
Okay, so I think that I play that game too, where I'll pre-order something, but if I see it in store, I'll pick it up off the floor. As soon as I check out, I go in the app and I just cancel the order because I'm like, okay, this made no sense.
I've avoided trying to get any figures in store like that though, since plastic-free packaging has been a thing though.
Yeah, because you can't really see, right?
I opened it in the parking lot to verify that it was
oh, good for you.
Not a box of rocks, right?
I did that with Falcon because I just got Falcon on clearance for $12.50. I got to my car and I opened them right up to make sure Falcon was in there, and I was
it's a good thing. That won't be a problem anymore. But for whatever reason, Target's inventory system and Walmart too. It's just weird how they handle all that.
Do you read what these guys are saying about you? MySpace is older than you. Jonathan's got jackets that are older than you.
I'm 36.
So do you know what Blue Thunder is?
Blue Thunder, no.
Okay, so Mark, if you're still here from Blue Harvest, Eric does not know what Blue Thunder is. So did you see my picture? Did you see that guy's the Shooting the Galaxies pictures of the HasLab, the Dragonfly? He did one where it was flying. It was in the dark.
No, I don't think I saw that. No.
Okay, so he had one. It was silhouetted. It was in the dark. I took the picture of the Dragonfly and I superimposed it over the city of Los Angeles at night, and then I just put Dragonfly at the top. It was supposed to be a playoff of this movie called Blue Thunder, and it was a kind of like an armed attack helicopter that they were trying out in the city of Los Angeles, and Roy Scheider, is that how you say his name?
Roy Schneider.
He was the pilot in charge of testing this thing in Los Angeles.
And it only had one gun, and it had the other stuff were all cameras and sensors. Yeah.
Okay, Mod Extra Games is here. He is our.
Remember he zoomed in on the naked lady in the show.
How is it that that's the only part of the movie you remember? I got a question.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, wasn't there some, I know it's not Blue Thunder, but wasn't there some,
Airwolf.
Wasn't there some TV show or something with Hulk Hogan and a speedboat? Wasn't it called something similar?
Days of Thunder?
No.
Oh, God, this is bothering me.
Okay. John, did you take a shower last week?
I've taken a shower every day.
This is a lead into, did you go see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? Because you said to go to a movie It was like I have to take a shower.
No,
I then
not
have
yet.
to like eat lunch. Then I have to get in my car. Then I got to drive 5 minutes to a movie theater. Then I got to buy a ticket. Then I got.
I think didn't I tell you? I thought I told you that I started laughing because I asked my mom if she wanted to go see Indiana Jones, and she said she would like to see the movie, but it's too much of a hassle to actually go to the theater. And I started laughing because she goes, well, you got to drive all the way there, and then you got to sit through all those commercials, then you got to drive all the way back. And she was like,
Okay.
by the time you're done, you spent 3 hours doing an hour and a half movie.
That's it. Thanks, Sonny. I just found it Thunder in Paradise. Yeah.
And then, of course, Shanty wants it to be Thunder Thighs. All right, people. All right.
So I just started laughing because, like, I'm not the only one in my family that thinks it's a hassle to do stuff.
I'm just messing with you, John, because I'm surprised because Indiana Jones is kind of one of those, I think, like a pinnacle movie for, like, at least how I feel about my generation. I'm a little bit older than you, so, like, growing up and seeing, like, every Indiana Jones film in the theater, like every Star Wars movie in the theater, it's, like, not one that I would miss going to a theater to see.
Yeah. I do want to go see it, but it's just...
Yeah, no, I get it. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, I don't care. I'm going to watch that on Disney Plus or something, or maybe I'll buy it. It's on iTunes or something. But but something like this, I did want to see it in the theater.
Yeah,
it was good. When I was there, and there's no like post credits or anything. I can't remember if I said this last week, but I was sat in the theater and like people were like, "There's no post credits. Why are you staying?" And I'm like, "It might be John Williams' last film. I want to listen to music."
You know, it's an interesting thing to sit.
Someone actually said something to you before they left the theater.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
They were trying to be a smart ass about it. They're like, "There's not going to be a post credit scene. Why are you staying?" I'm like,
I've had somebody at one of the theater employees ask me, "Are you really staying to the end of the credits?" And I told him, I said, "Yeah, there are a lot of people that took to work on this film, and they should all be recognized, at least by somebody."
Mm.
Well,
because I have a feeling like if you leave, they just turn it off and rewind it. Let's see. Okay, well, I love Indiana Jones, but I'm not eager to see. I'm much more eager to see Mission Impossible. Yeah, you know what? I am definitely looking forward to see that Mission Impossible. Also, I just watched Fallout again yesterday. Airwolf was good. Blue Thunder had a TV show also.
Yeah,
it was like I think it was like a season or something. But Roy Scheider he wasn't in it. Indy 5 is going to be on Disney Plus real soon. I think it's picking up. I think word of mouth will help carry that movie around a little bit.
That's the other problem is that a lot of times before I even know what happened, they're on. Because I wanted to actually go see Super Mario Brothers in the theaters also.
Oh,
but by the time I thought about going, it was already free on one of my streaming apps. So I went, I'll just watch it.
What's it free on? Because I got an email from Peacock saying it's going to be August 3rd or something.
It's going to be on Peacock soon. It might be like, I'm not sure, it might be on digital to buy on certain platforms or something, or rent. I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes they do those.
Yeah, maybe it's available to buy. Yeah. If I sat in one spot for 2 hours, I wouldn't be able to stand up either. That's Connor.
Well, Indy's more like a 3-hour experience because it's a half hour of trailers.
Way sooner than I guess. Okay, let's take a look at what John wants to show some retro figure. We don't usually show retro stuff on here.
The orange version of Wild Bill is now.
Why is it in that plastic thing? Why don't you just open it up and rip it off that card so we can see it?
Because it's freaking 40 years old.
It's going to disintegrate.
Is that the only reason? Jeez.
Yeah.
Rick's got traction.
But I don't think if there's a perception or feeling that Indy 5 isn't doing well at the box office, I don't think it's because of the film itself. It's because it's more just hangover from COVID, right? Like people don't go to the movies anymore.
Oh, they don't.
Prices are higher.
I think it's I think it's the energy that people are putting out there to try to say, why are you trying to make every movie this way? Right? Like, why are you trying to, like, you know, equalize or whatever? I mean, it was a good movie, and even if it was a handoff, like they did the handoff, if they were going to do a handoff and have one character carry on with that character, it's a good story, and the way they did it is way better than what they did with we're trying to do with Shia LaBeouf back in the time. This one I think works way better. It was enjoyable. I don't think it had that much downtime to it at all. It didn't seem like there was much, sitting around. It didn't feel as long as it was. I thought it did really well, but there's a lot of like conversation about.
There's a lot of that in like our
yes,
bubble of like people who follow this type of stuff, like pop culture in general, like on Twitter and whatnot.
And that drives a lot of this.
But the vast majority of people are like, "Oh, Indiana Jones. I guess I'll go see that." Like, it's a bunch of families and more casual fans. I think those people outweigh us.
I think there's a lot. Like, so when you say like just in our bubble, right? Like, I don't know anybody that I've talked to personally. I feel like everybody, even in here, who said that they've seen it has enjoyed it, and so. What ends up happening is you have this negative energy that's created by a real small group, but they seem to have the biggest voice, right? And they protract this voice out, and it's encompassing, and it will turn people off, in a way. Like, they'll say, "Oh, well, no, I don't want to see it for this." And it's interesting, like, people who will stand up and make an argument about how bad it was, and they've never seen it, because they just heard 10 people say it was bad.
Well, it's also interesting.
It's funny.
It's interesting too, because I think the studios don't do themselves a favor for the box office either, because they've been like, since COVID, they accelerate pushing films to streaming a lot faster, right?
Yeah.
So for the people who are more casual fans or like on the fence in general, like, if you already have some subscription, just wait like 3 months and it's there.
It's true. I mean, I've heard some negative stuff about the latest Guardians, but I also heard it was really good. But the thing is, it's not just that one's just not drawing me to the theater, just because, right? I mean, I think that like the first ones were really good. The first one was good. The second one would really turn me off to this third one. That's the problem, right? The last one makes me not really want to go see this one.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that.
And it'll be the same if they came out with a Wonder Woman 3. I won't go see it in the theater because of Wonder Woman 84.
Well, that's a non-issue.
You know what I mean? Like,
because James Gunn just hit the reset button on that.
And it's a different situation, because if I applied that same ruling to Star Wars, I wouldn't have saw The Rise of Skywalker in the theater. But because it's Star Wars, I'll always go to the theater for that, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I don't think folks head out to the cinema to go for whatever's on anymore. Used to do that. Yeah, people gotta think that it's going to be a good movie, right? And that's the problem. You start hearing a lot of the context about this is not good or this, that, and the other.
Ticket prices are also expensive, right? Yeah. Like, it's not cheap anymore. Like, it used to be like it used to be a cheap date, right? Like,
it used to be, but now everything's a fancy thing, right? Like, you can go to a fancy theater, sit down.
I hate those fancy theaters where you order food. Like, I just want to bitch slap the schmuck who like orders like a 5-course meal next to me.
Well, the downside to that theater thing is when the waiter comes back with your final receipt, it's always at the climax of the movie. So you always got somebody standing in front of you when there's like that last scene. I'm like, I mean, come on. Guardians was awesome. I bet it's going to be really good.
What? It is good. It is.
Yeah.
Good. No, I was.
I'll see it, right? But just not in the theater. The era of superhero movies is about to die. I think it's going to be like a mixed bag, right? Like, I wasn't impressed with that last Shazam either. After seeing it on HBO Max, but it was at home. It was enjoyable. So maybe we're going to get more of these like TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Left Coast is saying 25 for movies, 10 for popcorn, and 8 for drinks. He really prices everything out. I mean, every time he tweets something, he tells us what the Canadian price for something is. G-Force. He only.
I don't think superhero movies are dead. I mean, I think it's just another genre that's gonna keep coming. Like that's like saying science fiction's dead, but there's a sci-fi movie just about every year. There's a Western movie just about every year. There's a crime drama movie just about every year. You know what I mean? Like these things.
Look, there's a theater.
No genre of movies disappears. It just
there's a theater close to me, and they do this thing where like the tickets are about $8, and then they go to $12 for like a evening show. It's not the best theater. It's just your standard movie theater. But like on Tuesdays and Sundays, they have like deals. So for like $10, you get a large soda and a popcorn, right? Like the big bucket of popcorn. So I mean, if you go with 2 people, you're paying like $25, $26 to go see, a movie at 4:00 in the afternoon or something like that. So that's a pretty decent theater. Right. And I think every town should have stuff like that, right? Where you can find like the ones that do the deals.
Well, we have a $5 theater near us, but usually the movies have to be out for about 2 months before they go to the $5 one.
Yeah.
So Brian's action figure reviews is talking about the Hasselhoff Nick Fury, and he's saying you can't say superhero movies are dead until you live through these. And
I own that movie.
It's so funny because wasn't there like a whole period? There was like the Captain America TV movie where he had the weird hat and the clear shield that he threw, and then there was like some other one where he fought the Red Skull and then was riding on a rocket or something at the end. And then that Roger Corman had that Fantastic Four that never came out. If you got a chance to see that, if you didn't, it's on YouTube.
I own it.
Just it's a hilarious amount of stuff. And then of course we have the Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. So it's only gotten better.
I have the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie too. I own that. Yeah.
All right, let's see. They said that. Did you guys see that thing that Jennifer Garner is going to be Elektra in Deadpool?
No, she's not.
Yeah, I saw that. There was like some posts. I didn't know if that was real or if that was just people. Like if
That's
people
just people screwing up. Yeah, they're making stuff up. She can't play Elektra.
I don't know.
It's multiverse stuff now, right?
Isn't she like 100 years old now or something? I don't know.
No.
But the thing is, are people going to be upset if she's Elektra again?
Well, she's not going to be the Elektra. It's a multiverse type.
Are they going to be angry if she's Elektra like they were angry with that guy who did the Iron Fist? Because don't you know, like you can only have Asian people apparently know martial arts in TV shows and movies now.
It's if she is in it, it's a multiverse little nod thing, and it's probably like a minor cameo at best.
But remember when the Iron Fist came out, they were all well, that's the character, and then you want to change it. So I was saying at the time. So you're saying that just because he knows martial arts, it has to be Asian. Then it's just reverse, right?
Well, I think the bigger criticism I think was more that just like the choreography.
He was a horrible actor.
Wasn't. Well, I'll give the guy the benefit of the doubt on some of the stuff. The script was probably not as great as it could have been and whatnot. But yeah. What was I gonna say?
They're saying that Ian McKellen's going to be Magneto.
Oh,
didn't he die? I thought he died.
In Deadpool, you can bring anybody back for Deadpool.
No, I thought Ian McKellen died.
Oh no, he's very much not dead.
Okay.
You know what? It's funny. Like this is about the third person, John. You said, didn't he die?
Well, these people are like 100 years old.
Whenever we talk about somebody, you're like, didn't he pass away? That guy.
Well, John lives in some alternate universe where Sinbad's Shazam never existed.
It didn't exist. Yeah. It did not exist.
Oh.
Uh,
All right, you guys do some. All right, let's do some of these, okay? So I don't have a whole lot to show off, but this week's
Because Shanty's
like,
like, what's with John and everyone being 100 years old? Well, because it doesn't make sense. When I was a child, when I was 10 years
everybody
old,
was a 50.
okay, when I was 10 years old, these people were already 90. And now I'm 50 years old. I gained 40 years, and you're saying they only aged 5 years? Like how could I age 40 years in the time other people have
No,
aged
John,
only 5?
the problem is when you were a kid watching movies, you just projected Clint Eastwood was 60. And he was really like 25.
But Ian McKellen was 90 back then.
No, he wasn't. He
yes,
just
he
looked
was.
90.
He was an
like
old
Steve
guy.
Martin. He had premature gray hair.
So was Christopher Lee. They were gray-haired old guys when I was a little kid playing Dracula.
Okay, so this is Super 7. Here's the thing about San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, right? I think Super 7, I feel like, is the only one saying, hey, we're having these San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. I want to say that I feel like almost everybody else has just stopped using the word exclusive. So,
yeah.
But I wonder how exclusive these are really going to be. Like, I have yet to go over to their website to see if I could just order them. Right?
Do you want them, though?
No.
Like, I grew up with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I was in like kindergarten when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was the target market. I don't remember. These were not the cool like type of figures. It was the ones with where the head spun when you saw the face.
We all wanted the triangle boxes. The head flip ones were terrible because they looked strange.
Okay, so like this is where we put our ages into perspective, because when the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toys started hitting, I was working at Target at the time, and I remember I was at the front door keeping people from barging in, giving them like the one ticket, because we had like 3 boxes of figures, and everybody who walked up, they just got the next one out of the box. And like it was like, oh, you got the villain. Or and then they're like, can I get the blue one? No, you can have that one or nothing. Like basically, right? So we had like the line in front of the store. It's crazy. With this is Mighty Morphin. Obviously, it's geared towards the audience that saw this in the States. I keep hoping that Super 7 or somebody is going to come up with the Super Sentai, which is like that original 70s Japanese version. I would be 100% on a set like that. That's just me. But what do you think that these are going to sell? You think people are still going to want these, or how do you feel about them?
I'm trying to figure out like where's the triangle boxes on sale. They're not on sale on their website.
This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Oh,
so these are the San Diego.
They're not going to be on their website,
and they're announced, but they may. I'm guessing they're going to be available, like either through like one of these like comic vendors that sell like exclusives. That there'll be like some sort of a link or something. Usually, if you're looking for San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, if you go to San Diego Comic-Con's website, there's like a blog thing, and then you go to exclusives, and then you can usually find links to where people are selling them and stuff like that. I think that's how I got that VHS version of the Tron a couple years ago. Okay. So then they got, of course, the Dragon Zord. Anybody interested in this?
Although the coloring that doesn't look right, wasn't it? No. Wasn't there more green?
I feel like there was.
Yeah, that's the black and gold version. That was the special edition version.
Yeah.
Left Coast. Death to all exclusives, unless I help design them, which will be revealed on Monday.
Stay tuned.
Well, I still have them. The Megazord and the Dinozord here were done in black and gold as an exclusive variant back in the day.
Right.
So I don't remember those.
Doing those. I have both of them in my.
Okay. All of the Hasbro ST Comic Cons will be available at GameStop Canada in 2 weeks. Let's see. I'm good with the Hasbro remastered ones. Okay. Yeah, this is the problem. Super 7 are like the basic sort of retro style, right? They're not going to be superposable or whatever, but you know, they have a certain look to them. I don't know why
is
this is in here, but I thought this is going to be a 12-inch
Laughing Prince Adam.
Yeah, Prince Adam figure from Mondo. And so it's going to be the 6-inch. This is the only photo that I found so far, but this apparently is the Comic-Con. And I wonder if it's going to be sold only at Comic-Con or if they're going to do something online, because to get to the Mondo booth, you got to win a raffle to get a ticket to get in line. Then you have to be able to get the ticket on a day and at a time that this won't be sold out by the time you get there.
That's not He-Man.
It is He-Man. It's Prince Adam.
It's Prince Adam.
Yeah. I know, because it
they
looks
have
like
the He-Man versions. What?
Okay, I was just gonna say it looks like love child between He-Man and Lord Farquaad from Shrek.
Yeah, so they have the He-Man versions. They have a Skeletor. They have they have quite a few of them in the 6-inch scale. So this is going to be the Prince Adam one. And
Prince Adam is He-Man's alter identity.
Okay.
Like Clark Kent is like 2 weeks from now. A Super 7 retro equal basic plus expensive. Yeah. These big Mondos do hold their value. Yeah, you know what? For the most part, if you get like one of these Mondo figures, they're usually around $250 or whatever, and they do hold their value. So they have done pretty well. Sean Solo 8 has a review on one that he did, and he wasn't happy because it's the paint rub on it a little bit. But overall, I think they look pretty good. Sonny was telling me about one a couple weeks ago when we showed it off. Yeah, me too, Sonny. So we haven't seen what accessories are going to be coming with this yet. So it's kind of like they're spoiling it a little bit as a time as we get closer to Comic-Con. So it'll be interesting to see what he actually comes with. Left Coast is no. That's because he didn't design it. Okay, so he's saying it won't be exclusive to the con, but it's interesting that the picture they release has the Comic-Con logo on it. That's why I felt it was going to be. Okay, so anyways, what about the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? This is also part of that Super 7. The packaging is interesting to me.
So wait a minute. He's actually in a can of
looks like it, right?
Of noodles? Like, because you can eat those noodles. Look at them. They look edible. That's how it looks when you open a can. So
I don't think they're going to be edible.
Is he going to be dumped in the noodles? Like, I'm going to dump it out and then, like, look, I have to pull this figure out?
But it looks interesting. I wonder what if the noodles are just made of, like, rubber or something like that. And maybe he'll come packaged on the side and you can open it up and stand him in there somehow.
Was this a thing? Like, I don't remember this back in the day. Did they have, like, figures
I have no idea.
Chef Boyardee cans or something?
John?
No, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I don't either. It would be interesting.
If it was like a nod to some weird gimmick back in the day, fine. It's still weird, but I get it. But like, why would they shoot if that wasn't a thing in the past? Whose bright idea is to do something like this now?
I don't know. I think it's funny, in a way, right? And this is the kind of thing, like, if I saw it like at Comic-Con, I'd probably buy it just because it's like out of the ordinary, right? Like, it's not like your ordinary thing, and I would be like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. I'll pick that up because it's different. It'll go with my eclectic collection.
Does it actually say the noodles are not included?
Does it?
I don't see that. Well, I see it. It actually says tomato and cheese sauce. It doesn't say noodles. It just says the action figure is packed in tomato and cheese sauce. So,
okay, so we'll see. We'll see. I guess when we get close, maybe we'll get actual what it really looks like.
That's bonkers.
Chef Mummy D.
Yeah. There is no food in the can. It breaks food laws. Yeah, I'm just imagining it's made out of rubber or something like that. But I still think it looks like a cool concept. So you guys saw that they did the gold label Batman?
Well, this pissed me off because
I had this in the first place.
No, I don't have this. Okay, and I had Amazon open on the page where they were going to sell this, and it
was available later. They kept popping more up,
and all of a sudden I get a message on Twitter. It sold out 10 minutes ago. And I'm going, what are you talking about? It never came up. I had my freaking thing open.
I posted a link to it. It kept becoming available.
I nabbed one when I saw the tweet from Paternia.
Yeah, so
it never came up on mine. So
hold on, I'm gonna go here and pull it up. And currently, John, if you go to it, let's see. I just went to my list. It's like my third tweet down. You're right. It's temporarily out of stock right now. So
they said that they were gonna bring out more. I know they trickled more out later in the day, but
yeah, they kept selling out, but then becoming available. So, all right. What about this?
I even have an alert on it. I had an alert on it. It never alerted me. It was so stupid.
So this is at Jazzer. How do you say it? Jazzerwaz or
Jazzwares?
Jazzwares. Yeah.
So they got a Call of Duty. Looks like it's going to be a Comic-Con exclusive figure. And I'm thinking like, okay, so are they thinking like, we can get this Call of Duty brand. It'll blend right in with Action Force and GI Joe. So people will be interested in our products. I don't know. I just keep seeing all their figures at Ross in the back for $5. Yeah. All their like mixed martial arts figures.
Do you have a picture of the Swamp Thing?
The Swamp Thing from
the gold label, the glow in the dark one? No,
I did not grab that picture.
I grabbed that.
Okay. If you want to share it, I'll throw it up. So I'm just curious, let's see, Call of Duty figures could be cool depending on the price. Yeah. So like the thing is with this figure is I'd be interested to get it just because, right? Like it looks pretty cool. I think it would go well with like the Joes. I'm just curious about the quality of it. So if I saw this, because I don't have tickets this year to Comic-Con, but if I had a chance to go in there and I got to the booth and they had them available, I might pick this guy up just for that, right? And then I would have him fight Bone Crusher from Valiverse, because they both have those little masks on. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the Range Viper would jump in and take them both out because he's a G.I. Joe. All right, let's see. And then they have like this is Super 7, also a whole set of monsters. You got the Rodan, Wild Kong, right? Some of these other ones. Do any of these look interesting? I like that there's a little dude inside of this. The
Godzilla?
Godzilla, yeah. That looks
well, the Rodan is the Shogun Warriors Rodan. So
yes. And that would be cool to get because I got the, of course, Shogun Warrior Godzilla.
And the Smog Monster's cool. Yeah. Look at him.
I can see Jazzwares picking up a couple of cool figure licenses in the near future. Let's see. Brian's saying Jazzwares is decent enough. JT is all I see is a pair of arms and a head.
Because the body's camouflaged to the back.
Oh, I get it. I missed that. It went right over my head.
Well, there's the thing. I would be all in on Super 7 if their damn prices were just a little bit lower.
Is anybody? So I'm curious. Is anybody collecting these Funkos still?
No,
because it seems like they kind of came and went, right? Is Funko like?
Well, no, because the last we went to Florida SuperCon and the whole damn convention was Funko Pops.
But were people buying them?
Oh yeah. Hundreds of them.
Well, what do you think about
There were lines at some of the freaking booths.
Well, what do you think
That's
about
all people are buying. If you're like 25 or less, the only thing you are buying is Funko.
Okay, so this is a San Diego Comic-Con limited edition crossover.
Yeah.
Right? Would you buy this?
No.
So
everyone 25 years old and younger will, yeah.
But do people 25 and younger even know Bugs Bunny or
they know Bugs,
Flintstone?
But I mean, to me, are they going to be interested in that? This is supposed to be for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
all right. What about this?
Was that?
Who the hell is
Justice League figures, right?
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
No.
Okay. So we're just going to move on. What about this Dungeons and Dragons? I think the best thing about this Super 7 is the packaging.
Yeah.
right? It's a carded figure that comes inside of like a Dungeons and Dragons basic box, which looks.
See, the problem is this should be $12, and it's not. It's going to be like $30.
Yeah,
so I'm not
30.
buying it. Yeah,
because it should.
I don't give a shit. It should be $10.
But he's 5 POA.
Yeah, he should be $10. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At most 15 because of the packaging.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this is the Godzilla that comes with the train, which I think is kind of cool. Here's the interesting part. Like, so you saw that other Godzilla came with like a little person. If you put that one next to this one, that little person would not fit in the train. That little person would be a giant.
Different scale. Godzilla's changed scale over the years. In some movies, he's 300 feet high. In other movies, he's 3,000 feet high.
The problem, this one right here is this size, right? Like the one that the Shogun Warrior size, in my mind, because of the way the box is set. Or this. It's
also black and white. It looks like, right?
Yeah. But does the train come out of his mouth, or is it stuck in there? It looks like it's stuck in there, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it's just molded in there. So I guess that's just how it's going to be. All right.
Yeah, if Stan Solo made it, would be $80.
It would be, right? And everybody would buy it and no one would complain.
Well, I do. I complain. And I don't buy Stan Solo.
I haven't bought one of his figures, even though I wanted about 3 of them. I did want about 3 of them, but I just couldn't do it. All right, let's see. The next one is this is a Mayfix, I think. Noir. Yeah. Anybody buying any of these?
No. I like the show though.
I do like the show. I did pick up those the other ones, the ones that are like 7-inch. I got the Homelander and the Starlight when they first came out, whatever they were, NECA or whatever, whoever made them. They're pretty decent, but I think like these are probably way better quality and better posability, but Black Noir is just doesn't interest me really at all.
If this guy were like in my circle of friends, I would laugh at him and say, how do you have to copy Snake Eyes? Even if he isn't a direct copy, I would still make fun of him.
And then he would look at you and say, I'm supposed to be a copy of Batman.
I'd call him Snake Eyes all the time. I'd be like, okay, Snake Eyes.
You would. You go, oh, hey, Snake, come over here.
How you doing, Snake Eyes? Oh, look, it's Snake Eyes again. Yeah.
G-Force has the NECA Black Noir.
Snake Eyes forgot his bunny this time.
Yeah, look at JT. It's the Ninja Magician. He pulled a rabbit out of my head.
At first, I was like, "Wait, is this like a new Snake Eyes Fortnite thing?" But I'm like,
right? Black Noir. Very well be. Oh my gosh! All right, and then I was trying to figure out who this was made by. I think this is some sort of a pop vinyl, but I like Kamen Riders. That's why I threw it in.
Yeah, I thought you were asking who it was. I'm like, it's Kamen Rider. What are you talking about?
Yeah, nobody has to like that. I just like it. Anyways, did you see these? These are the executive replica figures that are up for pre-order now. I thought this one was really cool.
Who is that one? The other one was White Queen, and then you've got Mephisto, right? Who's this?
Yeah, something like that. And then this one, this is the only one that I highlighted here. This is La Muerta, so it's based on some comic book series where the person's like some special forces that comes back from like Argentina or something like that. And, yeah. So I thought it was pretty cool. And, it comes with these accessories. They're a little on the pricier side because it's a smaller company. But I thought that they looked.
Oh, so they're not supposed to be the Marvel characters?
No, they're a little bit different.
They looked exactly like the Marvel characters. That was the White Queen. It was Emma Frost. No, it was the female version of Mephisto.
It wasn't. I just agreed with you just to move on. But I thought it was kind of interesting. This is the same company that just released that new Red Sonja, if you saw that Red Sonja figure.
Gotcha. The
executive replicas. And then they're also doing this cinematic classic robots of cinema. They got this as a 1/12 scale figure. Looks kind of cool. I don't know. I'm not really that interested. Let's see. Brian's action figure reviews are saying yeah, he's saying they're kind of pricey. Supposedly, if you get those 3 together, though, you get like some sort of a deal. And then this was, I think that was a Mayfex or something, but it's supposed to be a Vader, something like that. Looks pretty cool. What do you guys think of that? Anybody interested in that? No, just another.
Looks interesting, but
Yeah,
I'd never get like some weird mashup thing.
No.
Yeah. And then, of
I've
course,
always liked the samurai versions of figures of the characters, but no, I can't. I never buy them.
so they had the Diamond Select John Wick figures, but this one's actually Mayfex, which means it'll be really posable. It should scale well with the rest of your 6-inch figures. And I think it looks pretty good. It comes with a couple of different heads. I just grabbed these 2 pictures. You can see there's a jacket on, jacket off version, or look for it. But I think Mayfex does a good job with their figures. So
the jacketed version looks a lot better because it sort of hides that stomach.
Yes.
Joint.
Yeah, a little bit better.
The joint.
Japanese inspired stuff looks cool. Yeah. Bill and Ted's. So I think it looks cool. I mean, like it's just different, and it's a Mayfex. But that's it. That's all I had in the hot or not section, or the review. I just
don't get why you would even make an action. Like, I just don't. I mean, I guess if you're gonna make John Wick, you might as well make the other, like all the other guys that are in the movie, and have a whole series, a whole set.
Are those marketable though?
Why would you just make John Wick, though? I don't get that either. I wouldn't even bother making any John Wick movie.
Okay. Well, John, it's almost like Hasbro making an Indiana Jones line. Eventually, they should make another character.
I'm not buying, so your point is lost on me because I'm not buying those either.
Did you have that picture? Did you want me to put it up of your of the?
If you can, I thought it was cool. I'm a Swamp Thing fan.
You can share it on your screen. So on the go to present, share, and then share it, and then we'll pop it up. Just make sure it doesn't show any.
Does GeForce say they're $60 each?
Yes.
Good Lord, for a 6-inch action figure?
Yeah, for those executive replicas.
Replicas of who?
Yeah,
they're not real.
Yeah, they're like from like some like the Muerta one is from some like independent comic book storyline or something like that.
Yeah, but it's not real. A replica is a replica of something that's real.
The company is called Executive Replicas.
Oh.
Oh man. All right, John.
Hold on.
180. That was that. Yeah, you can get all 3.
Any of the other characters.
You get a little deal if you do all 3 together. Apparently, I was looking at
the
Concierge Post, and he had some sort of the Concierge. 60 each. The ones are that much. I'm over Funko Pops.
Well, it won't let me do this. It's
okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you got some sort of a setting you got to change. It's fine. But anyways, what else? Oh, somebody's.
They're on. I think there's a Green Lantern one as well. There's glow in the dark Swamp Thing and glow in the dark Green Lantern gold labels. That if you go to McFarlane's Twitter, they've got pictures and videos with them.
Yeah, the problem is, hold on. I was going to try. I just realized now you had sent it to me on a link to it. Let me see if I can do it.
It's not a big deal.
No, it's a big deal now. We're going to do it. Let's see. I think this is it. Turn on notifications. Whoops. Okay, hold on. Darn it. What the heck?
Close that.
I can't find the window now. Okay.
The only criticism I have of this is that I wish it had like a lot more glow in the dark paint applied.
Right.
That's about it.
Oh, is it just highlighted by a little bit of glow?
Yeah, if you go to McFarlane's Twitter page, there might be another one where they show.
They're saying that you don't seem chatty, Eric. Must be lack of sleep.
Me?
You down. Yeah.
Oh, last night was not fun with the baby.
I imagine. Yeah.
And we had to get a new washing machine because it broke a couple days ago. So that was fun. We just got that delivered.
Are you going to be doing anything tomorrow? Are you streaming tomorrow?
Me?
Yeah, with Dude or anything?
I don't think he's doing anything. I'll probably watch John's stream, but that's about it.
All right. And then, John, you got your Christmas in July. Do you have anything else coming up this week?
A bunch of videos. I mean, there's 3 in the can right now waiting to come out.
Nice.
So
I am going to probably try to do a review of this. Came in the mail yesterday. This is the most hilarious part of this is that there's this like flap that opens to cardboard.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I was just about to do that.
And I'm like, come on,
No.
Really? You made a flap
Oh my
and then didn't put a window.
Yeah. So what is
the point?
what is this? I don't even know what this is. Is
Doc,
this Black? Is this
Yeah,
a Black
this is-
Series figure?
Yeah, it's a Shop Disney exclusive. Doc Ondar is an Ithorian who runs the.
Well, I know who Doc
set.
Ondar is.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
you've been to Disney.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
it's a
saying
Black
I didn't
Series.
know
Yeah.
there was a figure or statue or whatever the heck you got there.
No, it's just hilarious that the box is built like the exclusives where they have the flip and it's just a cardboard. And I'm like, you guys,
It should have just been an open to the air thing
Yes, they
showing the
could've just-
figure.
didn't need to put plastic. They could have just cut it open. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially since they taped the
Taped
lid.
it shut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they taped it. Yeah. Didn't make
Yeah.
any sense. But anyways.
So
I
how
think
much is that?
too much. It was way too much.
I think they're sold out on Shop Disney for now. They might restock them, but they have them at Doc Ondar's in the parks.
So if you're not near Disney World and you're trying to get one, I think my brother could probably help anybody out. He's at Galactic Meal on Instagram, and I know he's like picked up some stuff for a few people. So I'm sure he'd be happy to run over there, spend another day at the park. But I think that's probably it. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? You guys got anything else going on?
Just putting some finishing touches on a new figure cabinet. I got some lights I need to thread through and then start putting some stuff on display, including these Power Ranger figures I got.
Right. That's cool.
I have a video coming up where I have 5 different displays to build.
Nice.
That are all in the $15 to $20 range. And one of them came with gloves. Look at this. White gloves.
Make sure you wear those.
Yes, I will.
To handle the glass. Is there glass?
No, it's plexi. They're all plexiglass displays, but I want to do a video comparing them all. So
Oh, cool. There's an air conditioning company out here, and their slogan is they're the white glove guys.
Oh.
The white glove guys. And then they like they're super clean. But I have pictures of the guy when he was in my house. He brought his like dirty ladder up, set it down on the carpet, and then he rolled out his mat and then picked up the ladder and moved it over to his mat. And then when he tried to like put like the filter into the fan, because I did a tune-up, so they put a new filter in there. He didn't have the right size, so he cut 2 of them and taped it together. And I was
nice.
Like, nuts. I'm
Nice.
like, no. I go to the store and buy me the correct
You're
size.
paying.
Yeah, I go, I'm not paying you unless I get the right filter.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay. But yeah, he made a mess in here. I had to clean up after him, and I have pictures and stuff like that.
That's hilarious.
I just laugh when stuff like that happens. But anyways, I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us. I appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us for a little bit on Saturday. Eric, thank you for joining us and talking about your experience with Target and stuff like that. And John, thanks again for coming.
Does he call during every live stream?
Put him on speaker. Put him on speaker.
Dino, hey, you're live with Vern and Eric. You call during every live stream.
Sorry, guys. Be on every live stream.
Hey, I want to thank Dino for tuning in. I really appreciate it.
Guess what I just purchased?
What'd you just purchase?
I just purchased the Rocket Tubes Micronaut set.
Oh, Micronauts.
All right. All right, everybody.
Well, hold on. We're wrapping up. I'll be with you in a second. Hold on.
Micronauts. You heard it here first, everybody. Breaking news. Dino the Machino bought Micronauts. Hey, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next week. See you.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.